Hello children, today we are going to continue with our maths class. Today we are going to see new topic under set language. When you just study our normal algebra, we have some operations that we perform for algebra. Yes children, like we use plus, we use minus, we use multiplication, we use division. These operations are used under algebra. So that's what you were studying so long. Yes, you were studying with all the different operations, and we have studied many sums based on different operations. So today we are going to see the operation on sets. Like we told that when we started with the lesson, I told you that you are going to study a new language, that is a set language. So for set also we have some operations to be followed. But it is not like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. It's somewhat we call it in a different manner. So today we are going to see the different set operations. Okay children, so let's start with the set operations. So I would like you to take your classwork and get ready with your maths textbook. Lay down your classwork. Write down today's date. Write down today's day. Give the heading set operations. So I'll be giving you an idea. I'll just explain to you the points and you're going to write down it in the classwork. So take down the heading as set operations. Under set operations, you're going to write down the first point as complement of a set. Complement of a set. So this is the first operation that we are going to deal with. First one is complement of a set. So you just write down here, it's A dash is equal to x such that x belonging to U, x does not belong to A. X does not belong to A. Write down the complement. I'll just explain to you what is this. Is all a new term. So first of all, you should know what are the terms involved in set operations. So just get in a rough idea of the different operations, and then I'll be explaining you the different operations. So first one is complement of a set. A dash is equal to x such that x belonging to U, x does not belong to A. You know how to read the set? A dash. This is read as A dash, or you can read as A complement. A dash or A complement. We can write as AC also, small c. So this is A complement. Okay. So what is that A dash? A dash is equal to x. You're going to write the value for x such that x belonging to U. Now what is this U? U is a universal set that already we have written under the types of sets. Yes children? So universal set contains, or it includes all the members of the sets. If you have A and B set, means universal set will be having a combination of both the members of different sets. So x such that x belonging to U, x does not belong to A. Okay, on the second point, union of sets. Union of sets. It's A union B. A union B. X such that x belongs to A or x belongs to B. So first one was complement of a set. Second one is union of sets. Under union of sets, you write A union B is equal to x such that x belonging to A or x belonging to B. X belonging to A or x belonging to B. The third one is intersection of sets. Intersection of sets. A intersection B. This U is read as union. Symbol for union is U. For intersection, you have to write the inverted U. A intersection B is equal to x such that x belonging to A and x belonging to B. X belonging to A and x belonging to B. Write down. Okay, the fourth one, I'll write on the fourth point. So these are the different operations. You should know first of all what are the different operations. Fourth one is difference of two sets. So difference, like we had a difference in our algebra, here again we have difference of two sets. So A minus B, here we write A minus B, x such that x belonging to A and x does not belong to B. A minus B, x belonging to A and x does not belong to B. Fifth one, symmetric difference of sets. A, you have to draw like a triangle. This is called symmetric difference. This is difference. You have minus means it is called difference. If you have a triangle, you call it as symmetric difference. So there is a difference. Both are different. Okay, difference is minus and symmetric difference is different. So A symmetric difference B is equal to A minus B union B minus A. So these are the 5 operations that you are going to study under set operations. Let's read down the point. So we can just have one more line over here. A symmetric difference B is equal to x such that x belonging to A minus B or x belonging to B minus A. So this is the 5 different operations we are going to see. Okay. See the first one. What is the first one? Complement of a set. So how are you going to define that set? A dash is equal to x such that x belonging to U, x does not belong to A. So these are the definitions you have to remember. You may be asked to write the rules. These are the rules for the different operations. Union of sets. How you write the union of sets? A union B is equal to x such that x belonging to A or x belonging to B. A union B is equal to x such that x belonging to A or x belonging to B. Third one is intersection of sets. A intersection B is equal to x such that x belonging to A and x belonging to B. What is the intersection of sets? A intersection B is equal to x such that x belonging to A and x belonging to B. Difference of two sets. A minus B is equal to x such that x belonging to A and x does not belong to B. You would have lot of confusions in your brains, and you would have lot of queries, and you have lot of confusions. I'll be clearing your confusions just over the statement, because this is a new thing you are dealing with. So I want you to take down the rules, and later on I'll be explaining to you the rules. So it will be easy. Symmetric difference of sets. A symmetric difference. The symbol is read as symmetric difference. A minus B union B minus A. A symmetric B is equal to x such that x belonging to A minus B or x belonging to B minus A. So now, have you taken down the points, children? Have you taken the different rules? So we are going to study about the different set operations that we are going to use in a set language. Okay, so now I am going to start with a new first one. Okay, so we are going to start the set operations which you are going to study. Yeah, we are going to study new. This is a new topic for us. Let's start with the new topic, children. So now the first thing is complement of a set. Now what do you mean by complement? Now here, see the rule, children. A dash is equal to x such that x is belonging to u and x is not belonging to a. So I'll just rub this part. I'll write the rule again here. So complement means a dash is equal to x such that x belonging to u and x does not belong to a. So this is the condition, yes. X is belonging to u and x is not belonging to a. And here just saying comma. Suppose you have a universal set. We have a question, okay. I'll just explain to you how to write the complement of a set. This is very, very easy, children. If you have a universal set as U, which have the members as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay. So these are the members of universal set. What about the universal set? U. And what are the members of U? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I just give you one more set. I give you here a set A, which is 3, 4, 8. Oh, clear, children? So what information is given to you? You are being given with U and also you are given with A. Okay. Now the question is to find the complement of A. What are we going to do? We are going to find complement of A. That is, I am going to find out A dash. So how are you going to find out A dash? What is the definition, children? A dash means the x. I have to find out the value for x. The x should be belonging to u. That means you are going to take the value from u. You are going to take the value from u, but it should not belong to a. A dash. That means simple. In simple words, A dash means not A. What is the meaning of A dash? Not A. What will be the meaning of B dash? Not B. That means I should not take the member of A. So what are the members of A here, children? 3, 4, 8. But what I need here? I need A dash. That means I am not going to take the member of A. So I should not take 3. I should not take 4. I should not take 8. So what is left here? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. That's all. Are you getting the point, children? So what do you mean by A dash? A dash means not A. In general, what is the rule for A dash? X such that X belonging to U. X belonging to U means from where are the members going to be taken? The members are going to be taken from U. That is the universal set. But one condition, X should not be taken from A. That is, I don't want the value of A. So in simple term, A dash means not A. See here, 3, 4, 8. So I should not take 3, 4, 8. Other than that, whatever numbers are present in U, you are going to take that value. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I hope you are clear with this. Okay. I'll just give you, I'll rub this, I'll write it this again when I explain the parts. So this was for complement. Yes, children? Let me give you one more example. I'll just take the same universal set. I'll take B. If I take the B as 1, 3, 5. Okay, children? What is B here? 1, 3, 5. Now I want to find out B dash. What is the meaning of B dash? Not B. Not B. That means I don't want B. So you can just write down this as U minus B. That means B dash means what? Okay, simple. We'll just go in simple terms. I'll not make you confused. B dash means not B. That means I don't want 1, I don't want 3, I don't want 5. So from where are you going to take the value? You are going to take the value from U, from the universal set. Yes. So what is going to be there? I don't want 1, so I am going to take 2. 3 I don't want 1, I don't want 3. 4 I can take. I don't want 5. 6 can be taken. 7 can be taken. 8 can be taken. 6, 7, 8. Are you clear? So what is B dash? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Let me give you one more example. If we have C, I am taking C as, and one more thing, universal set is a set that contains all the elements. So for A, B, C, everything will be there in U only. So if I take C as 8, okay, 6, 7, 8. I have taken the value for C, or the members of C are 6, 7, 8. Now I have to find out C dash. What do you mean by C dash? Not C. I want to find not C. That means I don't want the member of C. So what are the members left out? From where I am going to get the answer? I am going to get the answer from U. Go to U. Okay, so which elements you don't want here? You don't want 6, you don't want 7, you don't want 8. So what is left, children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So C dash is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you are clear with the complement, children. Good. So shall we proceed for the next operation? So what is the rule for complement? A dash x such that you are going to write the value for x. But how should be the value of x, or from where are you going to write the value of x? You are going to write the value of x from U, that is from the universal set. A universal set will be given to you. So you are going to write the value for x from U, but one condition, you are not going to write the value for A, that is the member of A is not taken. X is not belonging to A. You remember this symbol, yes, children? This is belongs to, and this is does not belongs to. Clear? Good. So this was about the complement. Now let's move to the second operation. Writing work is done, yes, students. So this is all you are going to understand the rules, because I have just given you the points. So I am just giving you the explanation part. So understand the explanation part. So question number 2, the point 2 was union of sets. This is a very easy union. What do you mean by union, children? Union means combining, yes, joining, bringing them together, yes. So if you have two sets, union of two sets, we have union of sets means your two sets will be included. Always when we talk about it sets, union or intersection, we have to consider two sets at a time. So if A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is equal to A, B, C, D. Getting my point? What is the member of A? The members of A are 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are the members of B? A, B, C, D. Okay, so these are the members of A and B. Now what are you going to do? We are going to find the union of sets. So how are you going to find union of sets? First of all, you have to write A union B. Union. This U is read as union. I have told you what is the meaning of union. Joining together or bringing together or attaching together. Everything. You have a lot of meaning for union. Yes? So union means you are going to bring them together. So here nothing is being repeated. Yes, children? So you have to write all the elements of A and B together. So 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D. This is the answer. Is it easy? Yes, children. A union B means you have to combine A and you have to combine B. That is, you are going to write A and B together. Are you clear, children? Okay, I just give you one more example so that you will be clear with the union of sets. Suppose A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, children. So what we have done here, we have considered two sets. What is the first set? A. What are the members of A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the members of B? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are we going to do? We are going to write the union of A and B. So how are you going to write A union B? A union. Union means you have to write here U. A union B. Okay. Now let's write the members together. It's 1. So try to combine both of them together, and easiest way is you can just write the number first as it is, and then later on we can arrange in the ascending order. If you have a number, try to write in a increasing order. So it will be a good. That is the correct way of presenting the set. So I just write down here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just write down everything together. I'll tell you how to go for the answer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this is wrong way of writing. Here, I just brought A and B together. I have just taken A because I was having the numbers for A and was having a number for B. There is nothing was repeated here. But here, just see children, here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, when I just combine B part, what happens? The 2 is already present in A. So, no need to write the number 2 times. We have to take only once. Whenever you are combining, whether it is coming 2 times, that's not a problem, but you have to write it only once. So 1, 2 is coming twice, so I'll just rub this part. 2, 3 is again coming twice, but you have to write only once. 4 is coming twice, but write only once. 5 is coming twice, so write only 5 once. Then what is left? 6 and 7. Are you clear, children? So how to write A union B? If any numbers are repeated, do not write it again. Just you have to take them once. That's enough. So here everything is arranged in order. Yes, children, I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose if the numbers are not arranged, means try to write down one more step and you have to arrange. Suppose you have the number like this. 4, 6, 7, 3, 2, somewhat you have like this. Means what you have to do is write down once again A union B. You know how to arrange in increasing order. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So you have to arrange it in the increasing order. So what was the answer for A union B here? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So A union B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope you are clear with the union of two sets. Union of two sets means you would be given with two different sets. And union means you have to bring them together. So union means it is written as U. The symbol for union is U. Clear? Let's go for the third type of operations, or the third operation. What was the third operation, children? Intersection. Already we have studied about intersection, yes? In our previous exercise, that was in exercise 1.2, we used the intersection part. That was for checking whether the set is disjoint or overlapping. So the intersection is not a new part for you. We have already dealt with intersection. Let's revise again the point. Intersection of two sets. Okay. So here let us consider two different sets. A is equal to 4, 5, 6 and B is equal to 9, 8, 7, 4. Go in order. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, what are the members of A? 4, 5, 6. What are the members of B? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now what are we going to do here? We are going to find out the intersection of both the set A and B. So you have to write down A. This is intersection symbol, children. For union, you have to write U. And so you may have a confusion like universal set is also U, union is also U. So for universal set you use a capital U. For union, or like a curve, you have to use a curve. U, you don't use a tail here, yes, U and so you have to understand according to the question. So A intersection B, the inverted U, B. What is common for A and B? A intersection means you have to take the common part. What is the common part? 4 is alone common. We don't have anything other common. So the answer is A intersection B is 4. Okay, we have written a rule for the intersection part, children. What was the rule, children? X belonging to, so A intersection B is X such that X belonging to A and X belonging to B. And for union it was X such that X belonging to A or X belonging to B. Clear? So intersection means the X should be belonging to A and B. And means the element X should be present in A and in B. But for union, it can be present in A or it can present in B. Here OR comes. For union, OR comes. And for intersection, AND comes. Just keep this in your mind, children. For intersection, what is the rule? X such that X belonging to A and X belonging to B. That means The 4 is the answer, yes children. So 4 should belong to A, and also 4 should belong to B, that is AND. But in for union case, nothing. It can be from A or it can be from B. Let us take one more example for intersection. Okay, I'll take max, M-A-T-H-S, max. And B is, B what will write? Max, science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E. But I should not write, repeat C and E. This is the letter for science, but C is repeated, so I cannot write C. E is repeated, so I should not write E. So I have got a member as S-C-I-E-N. What about intersection, children? What is common here? S is common. M we don't have, A we don't have, T we don't have, H we don't have, S we have. So A intersection B is yes. So what is common here? S. If you have A as 1, 2, 3 and you have B as 4, 5, okay? A is 1, 2, 3 and B is 4, 5. That means have to find out the intersection over here. When I find the intersection, there is nothing common. 1, 2, 3 and here 4, 5. So we don't have anything common. So you have to just write this as a empty set. Put a empty bracket. Nothing is there. We cannot find any common element. So A intersection B is equal to empty. So I hope you are clear with the rules for intersection and also the rules for union. For union, you have to write down X such that X belonging to A or X belonging to B. And for intersection, X belonging to A and X belonging to. Clear, children? Let's go for the next one. Difference of two sets. Fourth one, difference of two sets. Okay, so we are going to deal with the difference of two sets. A minus B. A minus B. A minus B means X such that X belonging to A and X does not belong to B. That's a rule, yes. We have a rule over there. Before we understand the rule, let us take some of the examples so that we will be clear with the answers, or we will be clear with an idea how to find the difference of two sets. See here, children, we have two sets A as 1, 2, 3. I am just giving you simple numbers. So first of all, you should be clear with the basic ideas. Once you are clear with the basic ideas, you can just elaborate your ideas or you can expand your ideas for bigger sums. So if A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I take B as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what are the members of A? The members of A are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the members of B are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now what are we going to do? We are going to find the difference of two sets. Difference is not just subtracting the numbers. We are going to apply a new rule over here. I'm going to find out A minus B. How are you going to find A minus B? The simple language, how you have to remember is present in A, not in B. How to read this? Present in A, that means I want a member, or not a number here. We have to say it's a member. They are a member or the elements. So you have to take a value or you have to take a member such that it is present in A. It should be present in A but not in B. Are you clear, children? A minus B means what? Present in A, not in B. If I write B minus C, how you'll read? Present in B, not in C. What is the meaning of B minus A? Present in B, not in A. Minus A means what? I don't want that. Minus. Minus means deleted. We don't want that. So A minus B means what? Present in A, but not in B. So let's try to find out the members over here. So A minus B means I'll just write down the value so that it will be easy for you. Actually, we can do it directly, but I'll just do the first example using a step, and the second sum will be done directly. We have to observe the sets and we have to write the answers directly, children. Okay, A minus B. I'll write A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus B 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So these are the members. A, I have taken the value for A and I have taken the set B. So now I want A but I don't want B. I don't want B. So it should be present in A only. Talk about 1. Is the number 1 present in A alone? Yes, I have 1 in A alone. I don't have 1 in B part. So I can choose 1. Are you clear, children? What is the meaning of A minus B? The meaning of A minus B is present in A. It is present in A but not in B. It is not present in B. So I don't want to go for B part. So 1 is present in A but not in B. So I have taken the number 1. Now coming to 2. What about 2? 2 is present in A but not in B. So I can take 2. What about 3? 3 is present in A, also in B. So we cannot take 3 because I have told you that for A minus B means present in A, not in B. So we should not have 3 in B, but we have 3 in B. So you cannot take 3 for A minus B. 4 is present, 5 is present. I am not going to worry about the B element because the thing or the main part is we need the value of A alone. We are not going, you may ask here 5, 6, 7, 8 is left. That's not a matter because the thing is we have to focus on the element or we have to focus on the members of A. So 1 and 2. So I got a member 1 and 2 which is only present in A but not in B. So that's what the definition. See children, A minus B means it is belonging to A and not belonging to B. So it is not going in B part. The same way I'll just go for B minus A. We have found A minus B. Let us find B minus A, children. B minus A means you write down the set as required. B. What is the set B? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Set B 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minus A. What is A, children? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you are clear with this part. So B minus A is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And A I have taken as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let us find out the answer for B minus A. What is the meaning of B minus A? Present in B. I want the member from B but I don't want A. Present in B but not in A. Okay. Let's check for here. 3. Is 3 present in B? Yes. What about 3 in A? Yeah, we have 3 in A. So we cannot take 3. 4. 4 is present in B and also in A. I have told you B minus A means present in B but not in A. So 4 is present in A also. So we cannot take 4. What about 5? 5 is present in B and again it is present in A. So I cannot take 5. What about 6? Yes. 6 is present in B but we don't have 6 in A. You're getting the point? So 6. 7. 7 is present in B but not in A. So you can take 7. 8 is present in B but not in A. So the answer is 6, 7, 8. Clear, children? So B minus A is 6, 7, 8. So remember the condition. A minus B means present in A, not in B. B minus A means present in B, not in A. I hope you are clear with the different operations. Let's come to the last operations over here, that is symmetric difference of two sets. Okay. Again, I am going to take some of the, some of the set. I'll take I have told you that there's a difference between this fourth point and fifth point. Fourth point is only difference and the fifth point is symmetric difference. So they are totally different. So symmetric difference is, I'll take two set A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B I'll take as 7, 8, 5 I'll start. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, children. So I have taken two sets. I have taken a set A. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what is B? B is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have to find out the symmetric difference of A and B. So first of all, you should know how to write symmetric difference. For complement, we wrote dash. For union, I wrote U. For intersection, we wrote a inverted U. For difference, we wrote A minus B. So these were the symbols, or these were the operations that we have used for the first 4 points. Now here, the symbol that is you are going to use for symmetric difference is a triangle. It is like a triangle, but you have to read this as symmetric difference of A and B. How to read this, children? Symmetric difference. This is read as symmetric difference. Clear, children? Okay, symmetric difference of A and B. So what is the formula for symmetric difference? See, I have given you a formula here. Symmetric difference formula is A minus B union B minus A. What's the formula? A minus B union B minus A. Let's find out A minus B and let's find out B minus A. So here we are going to find out two things. What are we going to find? A minus B, and also we have to find B minus A. Let's do the work, children. So first of all, I'll find A minus B. What is the meaning of A minus B? Present in A, not in B. What is the meaning of A minus B? Present in A, not in B. Are you clear with the statements? Okay. So let's move out. A minus B means I'll write down the A value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have taken A minus B. What is B? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have taken the B value also. I'll just rub this. I'll just keep the rule because we need to know what is the rule over here. Let's keep the rule. Go for A minus B. So A minus B means present in A, not in B. So we want A. I don't want that in B. What about 1, children? 1 is present in A. I don't have, so I can write 1. 2 only in A. 3 only in A. We don't have 3 here. 4 only in A. 5 and 6 is present here. So I cannot take 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4 was present, or they were present only in A but not in B. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4. A minus B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? Okay. Now let's go for B minus A. What is B minus A? B minus A is, write the B part first. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. B minus A, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you clear, children? What is the meaning of B minus A, children? B minus A is equal to present in B. That is, you have to take the members in such a way that it should be only in B, not in A. Okay. See, 5, 6, 5 is present in both the cases. So I cannot take 5. 6 is present in both the sides. I cannot take 6. 7 only in B. I can take 7. 8 only in B. 9 only in B. And 10 only in B. So we have taken 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a very, very important topic that you are going to remember. These are the basic. Your basics should be clear, children. Once you are clear with the basics, we have this type of questions in our 10th standard and 11th standard. Not only we have to carry out this operations for our higher studies also. This is a basic thing you are studying, so study it properly. So B minus A is 7, 8, 9, 10. So what we have done, we have found A minus B and also we have found B minus A. So now we have one more thing over here. So what are you going to do here? You are going to find the symmetric difference. So A, symmetric difference B. That is symmetric difference of A and B is, the formula is A minus B union B minus A. What is the meaning of union? Union means you have read down both the sets together. I'll write the value for A minus B. 1, 2, 3, 4 union. What is B minus A? 7, 8, 9, 10. So what is the answer? 1. Combine. Bring these two together. Just see any numbers are repeated. Nothing is repeated. Everything here totally different members. Here different members. So answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is it clear, children? Okay. I hope you are clear with the different operations, and I have told you that I'll tell you about the rules also. So what was the rule for symmetric difference? X such that X belonging to A minus B or B minus A. So you may have the values from A minus B or from B minus A. So this was the rule for symmetric difference. So we have studied about 5 different set operations that we are going to use for set language. I hope you are clear with this, children. So now just take down some assignment questions. First I'll give you the homework question and then we'll go for the assignment question. Take down the homework question first. Your homework is, so homework and assignments are different. I'll tell you about the assignment. First of all, take the homework question. The homework is exercise 1.3. Exercise 1.3. Question number 2. First one and the second one. Exercise 1.3, page number 18. You have to come to page 18. I already explained to you how you are going to find out A union B, A intersection B, A minus B and B minus A. Okay. So I'm just giving you the simple sums over here. So from question number 2, the first subpart. There is 2, 6, 10, 14. So you have A, you have B. So you are going to find out only 4 cases. What are you going to find out? A union B, A intersection B and A minus B, B minus A. So that you have to find out. And also it's okay. You have to do question number 5. Question number 5, find the symmetric difference. For finding symmetric difference, you have to find 3 things. First one, you have to find A minus B. Then you have to find B minus A. Then you have to write down together A minus B union B minus A. Clear? So you have to follow this sum also. So that's why you have to be careful when you write, when I explain you the steps. So question number 5, all the 3 sums, 1, 2, 3. So you have to complete all the 3 sums. I have explained to you how to complete the answers, how to find A minus B and all. You can just refer your example 1.15, okay children? For sum number 5, question number 5, you can refer page 16. So they have given in page 16 how to solve the answer. So you can use that. So what is the first thing you are going to do? I'll just give you an idea for question number 5. So fifth is 2, 3, 5, 7. I'm just giving you an idea for first sum 11. And what is Q given? 1, 3, 5, 11. Okay children? So just a small idea for how to continue your sum. So P is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and Q is 1, 3, 5, 11. So first thing is find P minus Q. You know how to find P minus Q? Take P but not Q. So you have to find P minus Q, then you have to find Q minus P. And afterwards you have to find P minus Q union Q minus Q. So this is the answer for P symmetric difference Q. So you have to work out on the sums. So if you would have observed your classes carefully, if you would have understood all the different operations, you would be able to complete all the sums. So what is the homework? Exercise 1.3, question number 2, first is subpart and the second subpart. And question number 5, first is subpart, second subpart and the third subpart. Complete this 5 question as homework. Okay, now I just was talking about the assignment, children. Take down the assignment questions. Now assignment, when you go for the assignment, you have to complete your assignment in a A4 sheet paper, or you can just use a long plain paper, and you have to write all the answers over there. You just, this is assignment number 1 means you just put your assignment number 1. you have to file it separately, like subject wise. I may, for maths you would have assignment. Similarly, you will get assignment for other subjects also. So you have to file your assignment subject wise. Listen to me carefully, children. Assignments will be given in all the subjects. So you have to complete your assignments in a A4 sheet paper, or you can use a long plain paper. Like you are using your max nowadays, you have a long paper, you can use such type of papers. You have to file it and you have to just keep it ready with you. And once we announce the date for submitting the assignment, you have to submit the assignment. Homework will be done every day. Homework you have to send every day. That will be every day. So 5 sums means you have to send the 5 sums today itself. But about the assignment, you have to just write it and keep it ready. And once we ask you to submit, you have to submit the assignment. So take down the assignment questions, children. So do not waste time, take down some questions. First question, define the following. Now that A, first one, set. B, singleton set. Remember, when you define the following, you have to give the examples for it. You are not just going to write down the statement and you have to stop it. You have to write down the statement, that is you have to write the meaning, or you have to define it along with the example. Example is important. Along with the example. This is the first question. Get on question number 2. List the set of letters in roster form. You know how to write the roster form. So you can write down this. This is belonging to sign, okay children? And so I have given a set. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, B is 5, 6, 7, 8, C is 9, 10. So you have to fill this. 2 belongs to which set? 9 belongs to B. Is it a true or false statement? 7 dash A. So you have to use this to answer. You can write epsilon or you can write epsilon dash. That does not belongs to. Belongs to or does not belong to. Just one more question. I hope you have taken on the homework questions. Do as directed. The set of all days in a week. So you have to write the roster format. So set of all days means roster form, you know what is the meaning of first term. You write down all the elements, all the members you have to write down. So this is a descriptive form. Listen to the question carefully, children. This is a descriptive form. So you're going to write down descriptive form as a roster form. I hope you have taken on the definitions. You have to write down this as a set builder form, like a rule. You have to think of a rule and you have to write down what is this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What is that? You have to write a rule for it. C is equal to x such that x is a multiple of 9 less than 27. X belonging to n. Just write down here x belonging to n. So you have to write this as a roster form and descriptive form. This is your homework. So roster form means what are the days, you have to write down days. Here rule means write like a rule. What is this 2, 4, 6, 8? It is a multiple of 2, yes? A multiple of 2. Till where are you getting? 10. So multiple of 2 less than 12. What is the next multiple? 12. So you can write less than 12. I have just given you a hint. You can use this hint from C, next statement. And for the C, you have to write down in the roster form and also in a descriptive form, like a statement, a set of all. You have to use this. So question number 4, do as directed. 3 sums I have given to you. So complete your assignment and keep your assignments ready. And once we ask the assignment, you have to submit your assignments. So we'll be continuing with exercise 1.3 in the next class.